QuickBooks defines a vendor as anyone you pay money to, excluding your employees, such as the utility company, your suppliers, and the tax board. QuickBooks makes it easy to track the vendor information using the Vendor Center. To open the Vendor Center, click Vendor Center. In the Vendor Center, you can view and edit information on existing vendors and enter information on new vendors. You can see detailed information about each vendor by clicking the vendor's name from the vendor list on the left. Click Cal Telephone. All the information for the selected vendor is displayed on the right. In the top pane, you'll see basic information, such as contact details, standard terms of payment, and the latest notes you've entered on Cal Telephone. In the bottom pane, you'll see all of the transactions you've had with this vendor, the bills that have come in, and the payments that have gone out. If you ever need to update a vendor's information, you can click the Edit Vendor Info button. The Vendor Center allows you to view vendors in a variety of ways. You can see all vendors, active vendors, or only those with whom you have an open balance. There is also a custom filter for performing more detailed searches. Let's view only those vendors with whom you have an open balance by clicking on the View drop-down list and selecting Vendors with Open Balances. You can also change the display so that only a particular type of transaction is shown. For instance, if you wanted to see only bills from Cal Telephone, you would click the Show drop-down arrow and select Bills. You could then choose a specific date range of transactions to be displayed via the Date field. Your transaction information can also be sorted by clicking on any of the column headers. To change the columns being displayed, right-click anywhere on the Transactions pane and select Customize Columns from the pop-up menu. Another option within the Vendors tab is to maximize the vendor list. This allows you to view a wider range of information for each of the vendors currently displayed in the list. To maximize the vendor list, click the Maximize icon. In this view, you can customize the columns you see by selecting Customize Columns from the View menu. The Customize Columns form has two lists. On the left are all the columns of information available for each vendor, and on the right are the columns currently displayed in the vendor list. You can use this form to add or remove columns from the chosen columns list, or to change the column order. You can also sort the information displayed by clicking on any of the column headers. To return to the original Vendor Center view, click the Minimize button. To see a listing of all your vendor transactions, click the Transactions tab. From here, you can view particular types of transactions using the Filter By and Date drop-down lists. For example, if you wanted to see all the bills that you have not paid, you would click Bills in the list of transaction types, and then click the Filter By drop-down arrow and select Open Bills. In this view, you can see all of your unpaid bills in one location, so you can easily manage your expenses. To learn more about QuickBooks, go back to the Learning Center and select another tutorial from the list.